All over the world on NBA.com and NBA TV, it is Fantasy Insider with Dennis Scott and Rick Kamla. It's time for start 'em or sit 'em for the big guys. And we start with Zach Randolph of the Memphis Grizzlies. Got hurt very early into the season on Wednesday against Atlanta. Didn't play Friday, didn't play Saturday. He's got a bruised tailbone. Zach Randolph told the Memphis Commercial Appeal he will have an MRI and be reevaluated on Monday by team doctors who fear there may be a fracture. Randolph said, quote, "I'm still in a lot of pain. I can't jump without pain. I want to be able to play against the Lakers on Tuesday. I just hope there isn't a crack." 4 games for Memphis this week, Zach Randolph.
Ooh, sore tailbone, I'm going to say have a seat. No mobility, no lift, rebounding. We know he's a big-time 2010 guy. Say have a seat till we figure out his health.
I agree. You have to at this point. And we'll have more on Darrell Arthur, his backup, in the next segment, our pickup or drop segment. We move on now with Yao Ming of the Houston Rockets, and we have to watch the schedule with him every week. Not only is Yao limited to 24 minutes per game, he will not play in back-to-backs. We saw that this week. So this upcoming week, Yao and the Rockets have 3 games, but it's really only 2 for Yao Ming. Wednesday against New Orleans, no problem. Saturday against the San Antonio Spurs, no problem. But Sunday against the Minnesota Timberwolves, that's probably the DNP for Yao. So can you play him in a 2-game week knowing he's not even going to pass 24 minutes?
No, you cannot. It's hard to play Yao knowing the 24 minutes, knowing the circumstance. So until they figure out how we get more consistent minutes out of him, I'm going to say put Yao on the bench.
Let's move to Nicholas Batum of the Portland Trail Blazers. 5 games for the Blazers this week. You know to start Roy. You know to start Camby. Andre Miller's probably a play as well. And so is this guy. He is fantasy gold, baby. In 3 games, he has 7 threes, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. And, Dennis, that's to go with 15, 7, and 2 in the points, rebounds, and dimes.
He's one of those guys that you don't really know about because he plays in Portland. If you didn't follow FIBA basketball, you don't understand. He's a fantasy stud. So, yes, play him. And especially with 5 games.
And you're going to love this, Dennis. His three-point shooting is not a fluke, okay? He is 39% from 3 for his career in 315 attempts. He is a true blue gunner in the NBA. Pick him up if he's on waivers and get him in your starting lineup this week. Now, we talk about Danilo Gallinari as Dennis Scott blushes over here, all these three-point shooters we're talking about. He has a wrist that is supposedly sore. He is downplaying the soreness of that wrist, but it has to be affecting him. I mean, his shooting, 5 of 24 through the first 3 games, and his minutes have come way down over the past 2 because D'Antoni just doesn't feel right playing him right now.
Missing wide open shots, that's when you know something is wrong. When you miss a couple of shots, a hand in your face, that's good defense, but 4 or 5 of those shots the other night, he was just wide open, they were short. Something's wrong with that wrist.
And Wilson Chandler, 21 and 10 through 3 games. 4 games for the Knicks this week. If I gave you the choice of Gallo or Chandler, who are you playing?
Chandler all day long, the way he's rebounding the basketball, playing tough defense. Get him in the game quickly.
DeMarcus Cousins of the Sacramento Kings had a pretty good opening week to his NBA career. 14, 8, and 5 in the debut against Minnesota. 12 and 4 in a DQ Friday against New Jersey. And by the way, Dallenberg came back in that game. Then Saturday against Cleveland, Cousins starts the game, but Dallenberg started the second half. However, Cousins had a double-double in that game, 14 and 10 in 28 minutes. So now that Dallenberg is back, 3 games for the Kings this week. Are you starting or sitting DeMarcus Cousins?
I'm going to say start. I've been impressed the first couple of games with his activity. We're kind of curious, could he hang with the big men knowing he doesn't play above the rim? But so far, I'm impressed with Cousins.
2 games back for Dallenberg. Cousins has gone double figures in each of those games with pretty good numbers, and Cousins is a supreme talent. I agree with Dennis Scott. Get him in there.